Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs at Pokeyokes. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy. You may call it the phone, but when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I take my keys to go home. Didn't say I was done. While rush to end it all, it feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all. Can thank for thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun, or sold my soul for the tongue, or dead since I was young, or got some voodoo done?
Namaste. Namastizzle. Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters, and everybody. What's up? Shalom. Greetings. How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all had a great weekend. What's up, brother? Ultra Instinct. You the first one in here. What's the deal, brother? Today is Tuesday, April 29th, and this month seems to have flown past. You know what I mean? Day of Mars, sexual lust, aggression, war, the lower chakra, the lowest chakra, the root chakra. The color is red, you know. So any of these situations or anything like that where the color red, I usually try to follow the planets, but I've gotten so far into my spiritual evolution that sometimes, I don't find it necessary. But like I say, if you're just coming into the art of magic, then follow the planets as much as you can. Okay. I am almost finished Game of Thrones on the very last episode. And this has been a great series for me to watch. I hate that I, went through it so fast, but it's a great piece. It's a great series. I got caught up in the characters and everything. So if you've never seen Game of Thrones, and like I was telling somebody yesterday, I think if you're one of those people who still have questions about them, just watch Game of Thrones. It's an awesome series. I'm glad I waited. You know what I mean? I can't be the only one who remembers. I can't find it anywhere, so I think they have scrubbed it from the internet. But does anyone remember Monique being married to Tony Cox? Does anyone remember that? What's up, Cosmic Chaos? How are you? Gratitude. What's the deal? Does anyone remember that? Anyone who's here? I mean, I see there's a couple people here right now. So no one remembers. What's up, Tosh? How are you? How is Chicago today? What's the weather like there? No one seems to remember this. I remember the last time I watched a whole show of the BET Awards was 2004. The reason I remember that is because Kanye put on a hell of a performance when he performed Jesus Walks. So did Outkast when they performed Roses. So did Monique imitating Beyonce. I don't know who he is by name. He's the midget. Can I say midget? You can't say certain things no more, but he's a little person who was on Bad Santa opposite Billy Bob Thornton. He was in I'm Going to Get You Sucker. Uh, he's the little guy. You know what I mean? The weather's fantastic. Okay, okay. The weather here is in the 80s. Is a matter of fact, it was right now it's showing 85 degrees. And if you know anything about Texas, add 10 degrees to that. It's 95 degrees. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, so you do remember. Okay, okay, that's what's up. Somebody else besides me remember. Peace, brother Kunami. What's the deal? Divine Peace, Caribbean Grimoire. What's up, my brother? Yeah, say it. Well, I definitely didn't know that. Yeah, she was in a namaste to the missus. Yeah. The reason I'm bringing that up is because a lot of people don't remember this. And I remember Monique actually carrying him on stage. She carried him. Said, "This my husband, y'all." This was at the 2004 BET Awards. But like I said, it seems to be scrubbed from the internet. I can't find no links. I can't find no articles, nothing. But I know I saw Monique being married to Tony Cox. You know what I mean? I know it's funny, right? But it's funny, but I'm telling you, it happened. Just like people don't remember Sinbad playing Kazam back in the day, just like Shaq did. Remember that role for the genie? Yeah. Sinbad did it first, I think. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Yeah. It happened. I promise you, it happened. It did happen. She was married to him. But like I said, I'm almost finished the Game of Thrones. Sinners. We watched that Friday. Had a lazy Friday afternoon. We decided to watch Sinners. Okay. It is now it made a lot of money. It's a dope movie. It is. Michael B. Jordan did his thing in Sinners. If you have Clubhouse, check out Brother Konami's breakdown on it. He did a breakdown on his Sunday, this past Sunday. So, Brother Konami, if you're still here, please post a link so people can see your review or he listened to it. But Ryan Coogler did his thing. So did Michael B. Jordan. So did I don't know what her name. She's a big girl, but she's sexy as shit to me. Uh, she played in Lovecraft Country too, as Journey's sister. She's sexy without trying. She carries herself well. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, a bunch of Christians. Yeah, I heard about that. So I'm like, imagine going to see something called Sinners and then complaining about the movie. If that ain't a door pause moment, I don't know what is. People are never fucking satisfied about nothing. You know what I mean? About nothing. Yes, agreed. Agreed. Her energy does add to it. She's just one of those. She's just sexy as shit. You know what I mean? And like Cosmic Chaos said, her energy really does add to it. And she's a great actress. You know what I mean? But thank you. Part 2 coming. So okay, that's what's up. So there is the link for those of y'all who want to see a breakdown of Sinners. You know, you have to see this movie for yourself, though. Is my personal opinion. What you get out of it depends on your level of understanding of stuff. All right. I know a couple people besides Brother Konami who did a breakdown on it. I'm sure Ani Osaru has done a breakdown on it as well. You know what I mean? So a lot of symbolism there. I have, and I say this with all humbleness, I have kind of gone past the point of decoding movies. When I first got into decoding movies, you couldn't tell me there was anything better. You know, I was loving it. But after doing it for so long, you just kind of grow past it. And people only will see this movie based on their own level of understanding. I can't stress that part enough. Okay. And again, some people are just going to see it as entertainment. Chikezi, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hail the galactic energy known as Mars. Yeah, some people will take this day and will run with it. Will try and snag someone with it for sexual purposes. You know, it's a great day for that. You know, Ani Osaru and the arch degree. KT? What's KT? Peace, Brother Moore. What's going on? You know, but again, it's a movie that's worth seeing. You know, there's a lot of hype surrounding it. You know, but see it for yourself. Don't just go because of the hype. Get your own understanding about Sinners. All right. What else can be said about that? I mean, when you start to decode movies, there'll come to a time that you'll start to see it, and then you'll start to see it in every movie. And then movies no longer become fun or entertaining. You know what I mean? That will happen, unfortunately. Okay. But yeah, see it for yourself. Just like I waited all these years to see Game of Thrones. I finally saw it. I've always had my own mind. I've always thought differently. And I see a lot of people liked Daenerys, the queen of the mother of dragons. I couldn't stand this bitch the whole time. I've hated her. I've hated her. I've hated everything about her little snug attitude. She wants everybody to bow down to her. You know what I mean? And calling these dragons her children. Bitch, you didn't carry them in your stomach. You know what I mean? She just really got this. I can't even say there's no elegance about her. It's just this worship me. I am she. And fuck out of here. I want to kick her through the damn TV screen. Red and blue pill, brother. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Understood. I saw a I don't think she's in here. Katrina, is Katrina present? Katrina showed me something and it was disturbing. You know, at some point we're gonna have to say, you know, this is all us. You know, you can't keep blaming our conditions on Caucasians or Jewish people or anybody else. You know, at some point, y'all, I have to understand that this race cannot be helped. Why am I saying this? Check this out. When I saw this, I was like, yep, done. Totally done. Oh. Check this out, y'all.
Look at this, y'all. Black girl defends killing black babies, claiming the black community is overpopulated. Watch this.
To this day, right now, Planned Parenthood actually helps the black community just in regards to helping us not be overpopulated. Right? The black community is overpopulated. It is.
There have been 20 million black children aborted since 1973. Do you think that's a good or bad thing?
So the black community is still overpopulated because of our government. It is. Gang relations.
The black community is below replacement rate.
Stop talking so I can finish.
You just said that there are too many black people. How can you say that?
So I didn't say that.
You said Planned Parenthood's helping you because the black population is too overpopulated.
Is that what I said?
That is eugenic statement, man.
Is that what you believe I said?
No, did you say the black population is too overpopulated?
The black community is overpopulated. Yes, it is.
Statistically,
like your narrative,
African Americans are below replacement rates. There are more abortions happening than live births.
This girl just admitted that Planned Parenthood's helped decrease our population, and she's talking about it like it's a good thing. This is Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. She was a part of the eugenics movement. This movement was a group of racists who felt black people should be exterminated. I mean, look at Margaret Sanger, direct quote. "We don't want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population." So they implemented laws to sterilize blacks until they figured out a subtle way to do it, through birth control and abortion. Then they use reverse psychology to make black women think killing off their offspring is empowering. This is why there's a Planned Parenthood in every black community. And why they also market perms and things of that nature that leads to fibroids and hysterectomies. Because the goal is to attack black life. And if you could persuade those very people that you're trying to exterminate, that exterminating them is a good thing, then the war doesn't have to be physical. It could be purely psychological. Y'all be safe out here.
What else can you say to that? No, I don't like Daenerys. Not at all. I hate it. I have not liked her the entire time. It was something about her. And then you see at the end, you see she would rather destroy people than them, what'd she say? She said they surrendered and she killed them anyway. She killed that whole city, King's Landing. You know what I mean? So no, I don't like her at all. She so-called freed slaves and then demanded that they worship her. You know what I mean? The breaker of trains, the breaker of chains. You know what I mean? No, I ain't like Daenerys at all. So, Man in the mirror. Yep, you got it. Brain fried. Exactly. I love the Dora pause. I agree. Quality over quantity. Come to Chicago and ride the red line. You will overwhelmingly agree as well. Black men are using the trains as shelters. We are not okay. I totally get it. I'm not even surprised you said that, Tosh. You see what I'm saying? Quality over quantity. You know. What else? I mean, what else can you say about stuff like that, though? I mean, it is what it is. What can I say? One of the books that I recommended to y'all before, I don't think it gets enough love. Is a great book if you don't want to go deep into magic, but Financial Sorcery by Jason Miller. This one's good, y'all. Should pick this book up if you can. Okay, pick this book up, Financial Sorcery. All right, he has a couple of good books. Okay, Jason Miller, The Sorcerer's Secrets is his other book. Okay, another good book, The Greatest Key of Solomon. All right, The Greater Key of Solomon. Yes, they ride the red line from Howard to 95th. They do it on the green line too. Huh. Is that right? Okay. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. I have to let my cat out, y'all. Just give me a second. While you listen to Warlock real quick.
I was working at Lehman Brothers, ironically, at that time during the bankruptcy era. And, whatever I had to do, I had maybe a couple of hours in the afternoon. So I would pull up a page and and every single day, I don't even know if I could do that now, but every single day I was writing something, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was after a while, then other people started adding on, their experiences and stuff like that. And, it was something, those were kind of like golden years because it was new, everything was new. and there was a lot to learn, you know what I'm saying, at that time period. Some things now I have a different look at, you know what I mean? You know, like the other day I was thinking like, man, I really need to come out with this because this is very important.
Mhm.
But when you look at the net, it always talks about the Chaldean covenant. You know what I'm saying? It mentions the Chaldean covenant, and there's the answer to the ethnicity. Because I will put out stuff like a Saru, but actually the ethnicity for any gatewalker is that they're a Chaldean. And if you go to the dictionary, Chaldean deals with a historical people in a period, but it's also a synonymous term for magician. You know what I'm saying? And it's so ill because the Catholic Church has tried to hide this identity because they even forced the Chaldeans to change their name to Sabians. You see what I'm saying? So this was a and this is how I know Grant was behind it. Like, so if you're a gatewalker, that's your covenant. You know, it's which makes you a Chaldean, which I think is beautiful. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think also another great resource is his other books. Like I've read this book at least 5 times.
Oh yeah,
Dead Name.
Yeah.
I've read this one a couple times too.
Yeah, those are good. Gates of the Necronomicon, and that's another thing because there's so many gems in those books, and there's knowledge that comes around. For example, really, when you look at the grimoires, right? You know, at a certain period of time, like with the Keys of Solomon and stuff, they were always written by clergy. You know, whether they were Islamic clergy or this, that, and the other. And the idea was that a person was vested in God so that the elementals, you know, would respect that. You know, if you come in that name of the higher force, that would be respected. You see what I'm saying? So when you read when you read about them being bishops in the church for no congregation, that's why. Because they felt like, look, I need to have this affiliation before I could, you know, go into this. You know, and that's, you know, that's just like a little bit of the tidbits that if a person is not aware, they won't catch it. But when you like aware of it, it's like, wow, that's amazing. So in the net, which is really great, it offers you that connection. So that's why it mentions the Chaldean covenant, because this is the thing. Anytime someone is dealing with God, right, or a pantheon, there has to be a covenant. A lot of people don't understand that. They just think that, and that's one of the problems of modern religion. They just think, or even with pseudo occultism, they just think you could just jump,
right,
and you just change your mind. But anytime that you are truly a priest or a priestess or something, you have to have a covenant. You have to have a covenant. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, a lot of Christian groups get thrown under the bus because they don't have a covenant. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like that sort of thing, you know?
And, you know, I find that it's interesting. Like I told y'all, if y'all wanted to know anything about bypass history, but just about a people and the religion, watch Game of Thrones. If you didn't notice, the church, or what they call the scepter, was very high. You know, they was like the highest authority. And even Queen Cersei, by the time she became queen, she had to answer to them. And what did she do? She took them all out instead, said, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Very heavy into magic. The book that I recommend to anybody who's interested, okay, maybe you're not interested in Necronomicon. That's fine. This man wrote also, or whoever this behind this book, the editors, or if you want to be, you know, people think Peter Levenda is behind it. But anyway, he also wrote another book called Papal Magic. Who said that? Yes, exactly. Papal Magic. He wrote a book that's called Papal Magic. You know what I mean? Very powerful magic. Like the grimoires called Enchiridion, or I can't remember the name right off the tip of my tongue, right off my brain right now. But some of these books that I recommend to y'all, I do highly suggest that you pick them up and read them, understand them. They put all this shit in fucking everything. Game of Thrones has everything in it. I'm glad I finally watched it. I really am. I'm really glad. You know what I'm saying? They even have magic in it. Of course, they got dragons, mystical creatures, and you know, incest and everything, but there's magic being performed too. The woman in the red cloak or whatever. You see what I'm saying? I think that's the word I was looking for. Thanks, Tosh. Thanks for that assist. And I have a hardest time trying to pronounce that word right there. And Chiridian in Chiridion or whatever. Yes, that was a powerful occult message. Yes, indeed. If you have the opportunity to, please watch that whole interview I do with Warlock Asylum. That man is very knowledgeable. He knows what the hell he's talking about. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have gate walking. If it wasn't for Warlock Asylum. You know what I'm saying? He wrote a couple books. I think I have every book that Warlock Asylum wrote. Here's another one. Got The Sacred Text of Ghost Dragon Kotodama. All right. And in this, he has some I'm gonna call them sigils. Okay. Warlock now I have to believe he does Shinto as well. That's Japanese magic. Okay. Japanese magic. All right. He has another one called the Dark Knight Anaya Harlotep. Okay. If you go to Amazon, you will find all you got to do is put Warlock Asylum's name in there, and a bunch of his books will come up. These are books that a serious spiritual seeker can benefit from. Okay. Seriously. All right. Check his books out. Okay. One of my favorites from him is the book Brooklyn Geisha. All right. This is a Jinn woman right here. Okay. This is based off a real person. Brooklyn Geisha. Right. Oh, this is not Warlock Asylum, but I'll get back to that. When you get to the House of Dragons, there's a strong 8-point start symbolism. Okay. All right. I haven't decided on it yet. I really haven't decided on that. I want to keep going. You know, like I said, I hate that I finished it so fast, but I need to go back to Vikings Valhalla and a couple other things. I'm thinking of trying Mayans. I'm thinking of going there. I'm thinking of going to The Last of Us. There's a couple different shows I'm considering going. Has anyone seen Black Mirror yet? I've not watched it just yet. I love the many different gods in this. Yes, indeed. I have 72 Japanese seals I'm gonna send you. Okay, please do. You got my email address. All right. Let me see. My favorite character though. My favorite character is Arya. How do you say her name? Arya Stark. You know what I mean? You haven't watched it yet? Okay. Even though church is a fucked up place, even though it's detrimental to our community, you know, that's supposed to be a sacred place. That's supposed to be a holy place. You know what I mean? So when this stuff starts to happen in church, what can you say? Go back to my earlier comment, y'all. I say this race is done. I've said it before, but yeah, knuckle draggers. Look at this.
Kendrick Lamar, backed up by the Lamar choreograph team. Serena in the house. Trinity, we welcome these icons to Trinity United Church of Christ for our Black History celebration.
Good evening, Ms. Lavetta Davis. How are you today, ma'am? Aria, yeah, her. Plaything episode? Okay. I think, you know what? I got a class to give tonight. So I might not get to it tonight, but I'm definitely going to get to it soon. Thanks for the, the assist with that one. The first 3 episodes are deep. Okay, what's up, Cosmic Puzzle Piece? Thanks for that. I hear, what's her face is in it? The insecure person. Issa Rae, whatever her name is. I heard they did a continuation of one of my favorite episodes, that Star Trek episode, kinda. I know, because it just fascinates me that, the idea of hijacking someone's consciousness and being able to hold it hostage. That's some fascinating shit to me. Been studying limits of fate and destiny and the spiritual reach of astrological talismans in one's natal chart to rewrite many different timelines and realities. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Playthings ended up being about singularity. Peace and blessings, Legacy Sigma. What's the deal? Yes, everyone. Oh, she's everyone's favorite. Okay, so yeah, she was a G from start to finish. What I really like is what she trained in. When she trained to be no one, when she was one of the faceless men, she was a G. And then she is the one who killed, what's he called? The Night God? The Night Man? Or, the leader of the undead. She's the one who killed him. You know what I mean? She's a G. I like that girl. I fucks with her. Peace, the real self-domain. How you doing, my brother? Oh, man, not like us, church version. Yes, church version. Not like us became an egregore. Oh, I totally agree. Totally agree with that. That's an egregore at this point. You're absolutely correct. This is why churches are empty. They're trying to compete with clubs using club music. Might as well go to the club. Better acoustics. Totally agree with that. Totally agree. Even though, like I said, they're detrimental to us as a whole, for the stuff that they teach in there that keep us right where we're at. Still, it's supposed to be a holy place, a sacred place. And now they got motherfuckers doing crip walking in there and talk about not like us. But like Brother Moore said, it's becoming egregore at this point. I got to send you, which part? I got to send you what? You didn't see all of it. Refresh my memory, please. What's up, Maroon Beauty? How are you today? And how is the weather there where you're at? And how is you and your health? That Star Trek episode is some goat shit. Yeah, see, I gotta get to it within the next couple of days. I've been putting it off for a while, but I think I even actually just restarted my Netflix subscription just so I could watch Black Mirror. I must admit, like, I like to gather dirt from church lands. I mean, it's good for that. Yeah, I use dirt from church properties when I want to get high favor. That's a great hoodoo trick right there. I like that, Lisa McBride, and it's been working for you. That's what I'm talking about. Dora died on this one. All right. I'd rewatch Game of Thrones just for I agree. I loved her. Every time she was on screen, she made me pay attention to her. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my favorite part was when she was in training to be the faceless mid. You know what I mean? And she was just a G, like Tosh said, from start to finish. She was a G. What do you think about Epo Obo? Don't know what that is. I ain't gonna lie. Don't know what it is. I just started jujitsu. I tried the second season and stopped. I was like, it totally went left from the first season. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I gotta get back. That's one of the shows that I have to get back to. Like, I gotta get back to Boruto. I gotta get back to My Hero Academia because I've been in One Piece. Yeah. Weather is beautiful and you're doing good. Glad to hear that. As soon as churches started demanding money, their holiness went out the window. If they were right. A couple weeks ago, they locked them in. If I'm not mistaken, they locked them the people in until they got a goal of $40,000. Who fucking does that? You know what I mean? Locking people in, holding them hostage for money and shit. Here's something most people don't know. Churches are nonprofit organizations, which means they don't pay taxes, and that means they're state funded. Okay? They don't need your money. To be quite fucking honest, they don't need it. It's wild magic in there, though. I was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing here. Right, exactly. Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes, that's it. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck happened with their second season. They were doing fine, and then they just went. I'm like, what the fuck? I need to go back to it. Peace and prosperity. Namaste, Katrina. Speaking of Katrina, she sends me some shit all the time. Look at this. Look at this about food. This is why it's so important to detox as much as you possibly can.
Who knows what this is?
Potatoes.
Potato? So you think these are potatoes? Not potatoes, though.
I don't know.
Do you know what this is? No? Who knows what tomato ketchup is? Yeah, that's what it's made out of.
Oh, tomato ketchup? I know that.
The test I did with the kids today was shocking. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is?
Broccoli.
What about this? A good old friend. Do you know what this is, honey?
Celery.
No. What do you think it is, darling?
Onion.
Onion, no. Immediately you get a really clear sense of, do the kids know anything about where food comes from? Who knows what that is?
A pear.
A pear, no.
He said the eggplant was a pear.
No. Okay, I'm going to give you the first word. Egg.
Egg. Eggshell.
The answer today was no. Who knows what this is?
Door pause, door pause, door fucking pause. You know what I mean? That church joke is no dope. Got mine from the pastor grave. It was ancient and on the property. Yes. To add flavor, so to speak, to your rituals, you can do that. Thanks, Lisa McBride, for bringing that up. You can take dirt. This is an old hoodoo technique. Let's call it a technique. Take church, like she said, take dirt from the church to gain favor. Like you can take dirt from around a bank, add it to your rituals, your money rituals. All right. You can take dirt from the graveyard for you know what kind of workings. See what I'm saying? It works. Add that to give more flavor to your rituals. Got it. You think something happened with the writer? And then something happened because they just went, I don't know what the fuck happened. Which is season 2 may feel different. I heard they didn't get to finish. Yeah, it felt very different. It really did. I gotta go back to it though. I don't like to leave nothing just unfinished. That's why I haven't gone back to Boruto just yet. I don't know if I will because Boruto is kind of boring to me. You know what I mean? But it was no war, so I think that's the point. Check out the world's greatest assassin reincarnated as an aristocrat. Crap. Okay. Awesome. The food they're eating is clearly all high processed foods. They probably don't even know about farms. They probably don't. Just based on that, he said an eggplant was a pear. He didn't know what a tomato is. That's an old clip. He was trying to reintroduce healthy fresh food back into schools. Okay. Still. Them parents is feeding them nuggets every day. Eating McDonald's every day. That's what's up. Them angels will dream you. I add bank to my money plants. Bank dirt to your money plants? Yes. Movie Center's opinions. It's a good movie. Go see it. I highly suggest it. Sinners. It made a lot of money. Oh shit. Katrina. Witches selling skulls. I have not seen this one yet. Let's look at it. See what it's hitting for.
Did you see what happened in Florida?
What happened?
So this lady who runs a store called Wicked Wonderland just got arrested on a 2nd-degree felony for selling human remains.
What?
So get this. On Facebook Marketplace, she got caught selling skulls and different fragments. She got caught selling human tissue and all this other stuff, trading in human tissue.
Get the fuck out of here.
I looked at the website. Wicked Wonderland was like, you know, one of those shops where it's like witchcraft and spooky shit. When you have these shops, you have like these props where it looks like a human skull, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no, these were real human skulls. She gets hit with the charges, but she has other stuff, right? So she has 2 skull fragments for $90. She has human clavicle and scapula for $90. She has a human rib for $35.
$35 is crazy.
Human vertebrae, $35.
What the fuck?
Partial human skull, $600. This is like a wish list, like an Amazon wish list. What's the real business? Like, because these shops, like, yeah, they have books and all this weird stuff and witchcraft, but like, when it comes to rituals, I feel like they actually need human remains to do these rituals. So she's really selling. She got caught buying and selling on Facebook to probably other shops, people who God knows who else, right? But again, these are real human remains, and these like rituals are happening.
Oh my God. So yeah. No, that's not a necessity. That's not a necessity. I think people just do extreme shit. You know, you don't need human. I mean, that's just sensationalizing rituals. That's all that is. Boruto's such a whiny brat. I couldn't get past a few episodes. Right. I'm surprised I got as far as I did, to be honest. You know. Saw it and loved it. I wish there was a season 2. Bank dirt. Been leaving stuff on the bank property. They be watching me. Boruto, really. I do keep seeing some fire clips I may revisit. Right now, I'm on Apothecary Diaries. Okay. That's what's up. He sound like he about to cry. Oh, scary stuff. Ain't nobody using no right. Ain't nobody doing that. Like I said, that's the sensationalism that they're selling now to scare people and make shit seem like it's, you know, just powerful. And none of that shit is necessary, y'all. It's not necessary. Just the other day, Oxford got exposed for using the human skull for drinking wine, and apparently it was a head of a person from the Caribbean. Damn. Yeah. And not a good look. That's the type of stuff to get people looking at the pretend. Right. That's exactly right. You know what I mean? We already had it. Those of us who are really into this, we already have it hard enough as it is. You know what I mean? So shit like that, just like I said, this is why you gotta do your own research. You gotta have your own mind, you know, in order to really get into this stuff. You gotta have serious practitioners that you can go to, get mentored by. It is what it is. If you are doing mantras, don't forget the mystical formula. I no longer have the cover because it's so worn. Over 400 mantras. He does a part 2 called Yantras. Okay, that's another good one. All right. I took two mantras from this book and wrote them down so that y'all could have them today. That's how much I like y'all. All right. So here is to gain wealth. All right. Om Hrim Hu Namo Arahantanam Hum Nama. And then for immediate profits, if you have a business, okay, Om Namo Idam Buyi Gana Hasa Savaladi Karasa Maya Shridham Vridham Kuru Kuru Swaha. You say that one 108 times. Okay. This one, it says you only need to say it like once a day. Okay. I say do mantras at least 108 times. That's the at least. Remember, 1,000 times. Okay. 1,080 times. 108 or 1,080 times. All right. Or 10,800 times. Or 1,000 times. Okay. Never just do a mantra once. That's not going to get you anything. It makes me wonder if Oxford University is part of Skull. Oh, absolutely. Yes. You answered your own question. They see that Christianity is losing its hold on people and want to scare them away from true power. Yeah. But like I said, you know, but now that could be the reason why they're doing stupid shit in churches now. You know what I mean? And did y'all hear, switching gears to the ludicrousness of modern society? Did y'all hear? And this is why we continue to lose. I said what I said, and I stand by what I said. We continue to do stupid shit on social media. You know what I mean? Just like stupid shit. This woman, she went to her baby daddy's funeral. Y'all ready for this next part? She went to his baby daddy's funeral. Her baby daddy's funeral. You know what she did? She kissed his ding-a-ling. Dora, pause. I bullshit you not. This is what happened. You know what I mean? It's going viral. See what I'm saying? It is going viral. She kissed his ding-a-ling, y'all, and bragged about it and went viral. All right? I bullshit you not. This is what goes viral now. trying to say I thought this was the she got kicked out. Here you go, right here.
Yo, they kicked me out the front of the room because I kissed my baby daddy dick. What makes you think I'm not going to kiss my baby daddy dick before he died? What makes you think I'm not going to kiss my baby daddy? I mean, not before he died, but what makes you think I'm not going to kiss my baby daddy dick before he go lay down in the grave? Or whatever going to happen to him? What makes you think I ain't going to kiss that dick? So he can remember, bitch. Babe, everybody better be happy I ain't pull his fins down and start sucking on that motherfucker and start choking on that bitch. Fuck you talking about for real, for real. Fuck you talking about? I was ready to lick on that motherfucker. Fuck you talking about? Bitch, we finna get a busted right here in the church. Finna fuck the shit out you. Like you say, ratchet ass bitch, I wanna fuck you right now. Man, my baby daddy looked beautiful, good as hell. Man, yes. I kissed his dick before. Look, I kissed his lips. Y'all, look, I played it out because I already knew what the fuck I was gonna do. So I asked his mama, like, can I kiss him just one time? After I kissed him that one time, I went down for that dick. Mwah, bad baby. Wait, kiss that dick. Mwah. Because I'm going to miss it. I kissed it because I'm going to miss it. Fuck. Yes, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss sucking on it. I'm going to miss all that. It going down.
All right. Enough. You know what I mean? This went viral. The war against actual spirituality is real. Trying to discover spiritual work. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been going on for a long time. I've been a very lazy witch for over a decade. I've finally been focused for 9 months straight now. Keep going. You're going to need it. You know what I mean? That first one sounds similar to Tina Turner's mantra in the movie. The Buddhist mantra. Yes. Oh, yeah, I sent you that set of pentacles. Like, oh, yeah, you did. You did. I just heard a bunch of judges and pastors have been getting arrested on the low. Not surprised. Not surprised. Peace, clip off. What's up, brother? NPCs activated. Indeed. Yes. No decorum. So uncouth. It's just fucking disgusting, if you ask me. Right. Zombie accomplice is here. Right. It's sad. It is deep mind control, but it's not, people think it's zombies or what they see on The Walking Dead. No. What I just showed you, that's a zombie. That's a straight up zombie. So he can remember. The nigga's dead. How you gonna remember? His spirit is no longer in that body. You know what I mean? She's going viral for this. It's definitely over. Right. What Bobby say? This shit is over. Them ratchet tones in certain women's. Yes. You know what I mean? That's why I had to cut it short. Even though I didn't really cut it short. But it was just like aggravating me. The abyss in her brain is not enough deep. What's up, Lloyd? She is not for public consumption. Right. Of course it went viral. That was the whole point. Exactly. That was the whole point. Black people are not okay. As a group race, we're stuck in a negative root chakra and stuck in the mentality of a toddler. We cannot be serious and respectful about nothing, and I hate it here. Right. This is the most ghetto planet. I can't go a day, a single day without seeing some ratchetness on social media. Social media, when it first came out, I thought it was great. You know what I mean? And it came out when I was still in school. I was in college. I was going for microcomputer applications for my degree. And that's when Windows 95 was out. This is how long ago that was. And, you know, it wasn't like this, the way it is now. You know what I'm saying? It's like they gave all the retards, the peasants, the NPCs, they gave them all internet access and just put them all in one room together. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. I was in the shower. What the hell? Brother, have you worked with the Olympic spirits? I have. I love working with the Olympic spirits, especially Haggith. Haggith. Hagith is the Venusian spirit, Venus, spirit of Venus. And I remember one day waking up with an experience from Haggith, and I was like this. I was touching my mouth. Use your imagination on that one. So yeah, I love the Olympic spirits. Bobby said it in 2000. This shit over. What kind of person would you call her? Ratchet. That's what I would call her. NPC. Fucking a disgrace. You know what I mean? Just stupid. I was really hoping for The Walking Dead so I can go Negan on everything moving. Right? But no, that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think that, you know, it's going to be like walking around. No, it's this shit that you see here on social media. You know what I mean? This is a big ass farm. Think of this as a big ass farm. And all of this shit that you see is experiments. You know what I'm saying? For the higher ups, the elites. They just do shit. They put shit out there and see how everybody's going to respond. Okay? So shit like that goes viral. The only video that I could actually sit through the smacking and candy eating Slurpee was How to Die. Great video. Okay. Earth Prime is the most ghetto planet in the... Yes, I totally agree with that. Brother, would you say racism is natural prejudice mentality? I would say racism is a program. Okay? Racism is a program. All right? Prejudice, though, prejudice is... I want to say prejudice came with a certain group of people. If you want my honest opinion, I will. Game of Thrones shows it perfectly. When the Unsullied guy and the Queen's advisor, Missandei, I think her name is, when they were walking through town, and these people saw them for the first time, even the children just kind of looked at them and rolled their eyes. And she spoke to one of them, and they still, you know what I mean? It starts at home, you know. I had someone actually say that, you know, the word nigger was tossed around his house when he was growing up very casually. Like it was a normal thing. You know what I mean? It starts in the house. Racism is passed down. Prejudice is passed down, I should say, not racism. Racism is a system. Okay. What I say is natural, I say it's a program, and it's been placed in this particular, like I said, this is experiments. This planet is a prison planet. It's a farm. All right. Where these people play out their fantasies and just to see how we can better destroy each other. That's my honest opinion. Okay. Humans are used for, yes, exactly. Too toxic for a food supply. Exactly. It is a farm, right? Prejudice is learned. Indeed it is. How do you know I don't think you completed the sentence. I got the biggest shock today. A popular spiritual worker online has a serious OnlyFans account. I would love to know who that is. If you don't want to tell me here, please email it to me. I want to see who. But then again, like I always say, you know, true spirituality is not how many subscribers you can get. True spirituality is not, you know, showing your body parts for likes and attention. That's not spirituality. I don't care what kind of spin you try to put on it. I don't care if you think this is the goddess energy. That's bullshit. No, it's not. It's not. You know what I mean? Every day they come up with different terms for prostitution. You see what I mean? That's not true spirituality. And I stand on that. You know what I mean? There's no goddess or queen energy walking around showing themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's not what queens and goddesses do. They act like gods and goddesses. They don't need attention like that. They don't need to go viral for likes, for attention. You see what I'm saying? Don't no queen sit around talking about, how good a pussy is. Forgive my language. And then they're gonna add like, yo, I'm so aware of my goddess energy. That's bullshit. That's straight up bullshit. Okay. I'm glad I was in my daughter's life because I taught her, how valuable her body is. And it's up to her who she gives it to, or who she decides to, share, partake in the intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Quality. It's not about, that's not true spiritual. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't mean to get like vent about that, but I'm tired of seeing this bullshit being passed off as spirituality. All right. And they got our women just taking L after L after L and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they want to pass it off as spirituality. That's bull fucking shit. Anyway, that's all I got to do. Delbert Blair said it. This is a prison planet. Azazel Bey also said that. And it's in his comic book about this being a prison planet. Okay. And how Azazel Bey says it a little more clear when he says no more information is coming from Sirius. Okay. That's why we stuck. That's why we haven't evolved. All right. That's why the music hasn't evolved. No new information is coming through. All right. So is there such a thing as spirits behaving in a racial manner? Is it possible? No, not at all. This place, hey, what's up, D? I ain't see you sneak in here. This place is truly hell. Yes. What's up, Gotti? Ain't seen that name in a minute. What's up? Right. Lloyd said we want to know qualities of consciousness, value of character. Indeed, she's infected deeply, not an empty. I totally agree. You call it a farm. I agree. It's also Eden, a greenhouse. Yes. Perpetual self-exploitation. Yes, exactly. When you think about people like Sarah Bartram, who were paraded around, she ain't had no choice. Repeatedly raped. She died from a STD. When you think about shit that our women have gone through historically and the bullshit that you see now, how far we have come. You see what I mean? So, how to know if a spirit is nearby trying to communicate? Do your thoughts change? Feel a presence? Usually, any spirits that tries to communicate with you, they usually find a way to communicate with you. Most spirits communicate, in my opinion, through your dreams. That's how your ancestors and deities communicate with you. Okay. If you really want to know, then find a reader, find a gifted reader or someone who reads tarot and see that way. Do some kind of divination. Speaking of divination, the I Ching is a great divination tool. Besides the tarot, there are other forms of divination. I Ching is one of them. It's one of the best ones. Okay. Very accurate. It's very, very accurate. All right. Thank you and gratitude. Indeed, a prison planet. Yes. These conversations are grounded. Yes, absolutely. The Book of Tobit, y'all. Don't forget this one. So that's my time for today. I'll see y'all again on Thursday. Remember, you're going to have to do your own research. The thoughts and opinions I have that I give to y'all are my own, and they've come through experience and research and study and fucking with these spirits as heavily as I do. You know what I mean? There are spirits out there who can actually help you evolve. That's why I fucks with the Goetians so heavily. That's exactly why. All right. I've been overdosing on Azazel lately. Went back to the beginning to watch them all. Yes, I think I have all of them. Cosmic Comics Part 2 shall be available this weekend. All right. I can't use Patreon any longer. So if you want that particular book, you're going to have to come through to me. What parasites cause degeneracy and homosexuality? The influence of lower energies. Parasites are not good for you, period. You know what I'm saying? But there's other influences and factors that cause degeneracy and your thought patterns and homosexual. They've made experiments where they've turned like frogs gay. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what I was just saying. Imagine if they're doing experiments on animals, what they're doing to y'all. And just imagine. You know what I mean? All is well, man. Been surging truth and growing, still learning. Sucker ducking the punk shit going on. Yeah, you're going to have to. So many folks losing their weight or crashing out through social media and exploited. Yes, indeed. I mean, there's so much more I can show you. You know what I'm saying? But that's enough for today because I get aggravated watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? Earth Prime is not a normal, right? All right, but I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks as always. I enjoy interacting with y'all. I hate that I'm on the last episode of Game of Thrones, but we'll be back Thursday. So I'll see y'all then. I'm the one and only. There's only one. Magick Laquaz. I greet you in peace as always. Y'all stay safe out there. Namaste. Peace, y'all.